policies. Anybody who comes into a school building or on school premises with any kind of form of weapon, you are to lock down. Once again, you guys are not following your own protocols. When are you guys going to start being proactive instead of reactive? With as many gun violence things that are happening in our schools today, you think that would be like the number one thing you would do? Automatically lock down those children. Make sure they're safe. Because you don't know what the intent of that child is going to be there for. Why did he bring a gun to school? Why would that child feel like that's okay to bring a gun to school? Because that's not something that a normal child would do. Say, hey, I'm just going to bring a gun to school and show it off. No, he probably had a motive. What that motive is, I don't know. I cannot speak for that child. All I know is that other children were like my son, was scared to be in school that day. He didn't say what he didn't know what to do. He's like, Mom, do I run? Do I leave? I'm like, just stay where you are, see what happens. And like I said, he was very nervous that this was going on. And I'm not the only parent that has had issues with you guys not following your own protocols. There were several parents, and I'm saddened to see that they're not here tonight to address this because you guys didn't put it on lockdown. With the way the society is today, it's better to be proactive, like I said, than reactive, because we can potentially save more lives if you're proactive. Right now, it doesn't seem like you guys care too much about our children's safety. You're letting drag queens who you don't even know walk into our schools. Now there's kids going into our schools with guns. What's next? An actual school shooting? Is that what it's going to take to get you guys' attention to say, hey, we really do need to step up our security around here? No, we got to do it now. We have to prevent it from happening. So if that means that this child and other children like him maybe need more psychiatric help, let's put something into place. Let's figure out what the root cause of it was and help these children out, because they're suffering just as much as we are through this pandemic. And I don't want to see another child like mine be scared to go to school. He should not be scared to walk into his school board or into his school any given day.
Thank you. Sorry, let's see here. The next person I'd like to invite up to the stand is Michelle Lindell.
I'm Michelle Lindell. I am here to address not only the masking, the vaccine pushing, the drag shows, the pornographic books, the school that has a gun in it, no lockdowns, all of that combined is really showing that you guys don't care about the children. Not even a little bit. Not at all. What are you doing to prevent this type of stuff from happening, except for your internal things that you show absolutely nothing? Like, Des Moines Register knew before any of the parents knew that you guys had pardoned everybody from the drag show. Why is that? Why was the Des Moines Register gonna know and put out an entire article to smear Kimberly's name, and you guys say nothing to the public about what happened at the drag show? What you're doing is wrong. You've been put on notice, and now parents are gonna amp it up peacefully, but you're gonna be done. Thank you.
We move on to item 7, the consent agenda. May I have a motion to approve and accept these consent agenda items as recommended? Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, item 8, information. Do we have anything? Item 9, old business, contracts and agreements. May I have a motion to approve and accept the contracts and agreements as presented?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, item B, are there any, or we're going to open up the public hearing for the sale of land of temporary easement for $2,480. Are there any oral or written argument or comments regarding the public hearing for the sale of land and temporary easement for $2,480? Seeing Seeing none, I'm going to move ahead with, calling for a motion. May I have a motion to approve the sale of land and temporary easement at Northwest 18th Street and Northwest Briargate Drive for $2,480 as recommended?
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item D, may I have a motion to reject all bids received for the Northwest Elementary HVAC retrofit project for the architect's recommendation and reserve a new date yet to be determined for receiving bids pursuant to the new notice to bidders as recommended?
Motion.
Second. Do you think we could just get Tim or somebody to just kind of walk us through our route of this and what our expectation is?
This is Northview, excuse me, the Northview, Northwest, I mean, Northwest. Yeah, we came in, this project started, I think, it was probably a $2.5 million project, and as time progressed, it's probably a $3.2 to $3.5 million project. We had one bidder, we only had one bidder on this project, and it came in at 5.4. And so, the Corey Metzger with Resource Engineering, myself, he's gonna be doing some value engineering. He put his pencil back to the paper and did contact the one bidder on that. And one of the HVAC systems came in actually $1 million more than the other one. But with the time constraints of trying to get it done over next summer, and they picked the $1 million more one than the lower one, and it still brought us in the 5.4 or 4.4. And so, we think we can rebid it in the spring and be able to procure all the, rebid it in the spring and be able to procure all the materials and such next summer with the thought of, putting it all together in the summer of 2024.
Is it typical to just get one bidder?
We just have one bidder. We actually bid, the next one coming up, to talk about that.
Yeah.
Actually, on both projects, we only have one bidder. And, I did talk to the architect today about things that are going on in the bidding world, and he said they're getting better. And so I don't know if we made a mistake of bidding it so late in the year, when everything's already, we thought we maybe bid it late in the year and people could procure some work for next summer. But I think part of it is the bidding environment right now, it's kind of a stab in the dark. Because by the time you bid a public project, and by the time you're allowed to procure your materials, nobody knows what those materials are gonna be, so, I don't know what the fix is. I think that there's not anything built into it for the public bid process. There's no inflationary tool built into it. So if you're a contractor, you're gonna bid, you're probably gonna bid at 50 to 70% higher on the material side of things to cover yourself.
Yeah.
And so until things settle down and we figure things out, I think we're gonna have some bids like this in the future, in the near future.
Yeah, it's ongoing.
Yeah.
Most people are only gonna hold their prices for 30 days.
Yeah.
And by the time we bid a project, move on to procuring the materials, I'm telling everybody, as soon as we get this thing bid, get the contract signed, get the submittals in, we'll pay you for the materials, but there's no inflationary tool built in for a public bid.
I think your adjustment on contract days, procurement, and then scheduling later might help it.
Yeah. We're gonna try to write in the specs. As soon as the contract is signed, we will allow you, we have the money set aside, we have the capital funding. As soon as the contracts are signed, start procuring your materials.
Okay.
Great, thank you. We need to vote on this.
Yes, yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? May I have a motion to, reject all bids received for the Southview Middle School restroom outbuilding project for the architect's recommendation and reserve a new date yet to be determined for receiving bids pursuant to new notice to bidders as recommended?
Second.
Tim, is this just kind of the same process? We'll wait till spring and try to
Yep.
get it?
Yeah, and we'll do some value engineering on that also, from between now and, as soon as we set the bid.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, item 10, new business. May I have a motion to approve and accept the policies, first of two readings as recommended?
Motion. Second.
Any discussion on the policies? Seeing None, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, item 11, board member reports. I just had it on my mind today, Josh, you would be a great person to start with board reports today. I don't know why.
It'll be quick because it was a quiet week, a couple weeks going into the holiday. So we'll pick up here in December and January. Thank you.
Hey, would you like to go next?
I don't have anything. I checked my calendar, I had no meetings over the last 2 weeks.
All right, we're gonna skip it for a second. Sarah? No.
I haven't had any meetings either, but I have a lot of upcoming, and there's very, so, Rising Tide Focus Conference on Friday, Policy Committee Wednesday, Calendar Committee, and then, attendance for the lunch next week as well, so. We're just wondering when is this one of our last meetings in this building, or what do we gonna be in there and
I don't think that's on the agenda.
We can't talk about that.
So.
We have reserved this through February, but we're hoping to be a lot sooner than that.
I have much the same list, although I will be missing policy on Wednesday. Be right behind on Friday afternoon. Calendar next week, I'm looking forward to touring that one. And then I have, coffee dates set up with all 3 legislators to, speak about what they heard on the trail and, how they plan to, advocate for public education and just share some of my own concerns that, I hope just to put a bug in their ear, but most importantly, just start to build relationships with them and know that they can reach out to us as, the session, undertakes starting here pretty quickly. So that's all I got.
Quiet week for me too. As Will had mentioned, Orbis, the Rising Tides Conference on Friday is taking place, and I know there are about, I would say 80 to 90 community members that are coming in to volunteer for that day. So, it's a pretty good community engagement, that's gonna take place on Friday. So, but other than that, no anything since last meeting.
We had our Blue Orange last weekend at Ankeny, which raised lots of money for our local PE programs. And next week we have the Festival of Choirs, which is a pretty cool thing, so go out if you're able.
My week last week was quiet too, and I think, like Katie, I have one meeting with Heather this week coming up, so I'm looking forward to re-engaging with her as a new old legislator. That's all I've got.
Right, I, had the opportunity to, go on instructional rounds, is that what you call them? That was on Monday, on the way back from Thanksgiving. And, thank you for, allowing me to attend. It was very, that we're just gonna walk around, but no, we talked about things beforehand. And we had to observe, 3 classes, and then we had a debrief afterwards, and, I know everybody, has probably signed up, for future ones, so I'm excited to hear what y'all think about them, but it was very enlightening and, just very cool to see what happens in the classroom. I get to witness, kind of some math, in a 3rd grade room, some reading in a 4th grade room, and, they talk about PEDCAT, which is cool, because that's what my daughter's like, and then I got to see a literacy specialist, who was teaching 4 kids at once, which was really cool too. So, thank you. It's a very, very valuable opportunity, and look forward to hopefully doing it again sometime. That's all for me.
I can't tell you how cool it is to hear a school board member talk about instruction. Based off of actually being in the classroom with, our professionals. So I'm really excited about all of you joining us over the next year in our instructional rounds. I want to thank the teachers at Northwest this morning. I conducted literacy walks with Tara and our literacy specialist this morning, Marcy. Really literacy is kind of my jam, so I'm just really excited talking about how we help kids read and write, and what we can do differently in our district to get to that 90% or higher for literacy performance in our district. So thank you to Tara and Marcy for setting that up, and I think we're gonna be at another school next week. We actually, at the instructional rounds at Southeast last week, thank you to those teachers. Again, just really enjoyed getting in the classrooms and then observing the instruction and talking about how we get better and how we help our students get better. I'm also really excited. The students at Southeast invited me to participate in their clubs. They have clubs once a month, and they asked me to lead a club. And so I'm leading the journalism club. So they're going to have a Southeast newspaper. Past Friday was my first time being able to meet with the students. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to December next month, meeting with the students. We'll be soliciting school board members and our cabinet chiefs who want to advertise in the Southeast newspaper. So look out for an email from our students from Southeast. We're really excited about the product that they're going to produce in the spring. And with that, thank you.
You guys, I just have to tell you that, but Fall Jet Klaus is also in this club, my fourth grader, and Eric had to miss the first meeting, and he came home and said, Miss Adair said there's somebody important from the school board who's there. I don't know, like the intendant or something?